Hi there, people. Okay, so today I was trying to think of ideas, so I thought, what can I do? Oh, I know, let's do that. And I came up with, let's just do a top whatever number songs list. So that's what I'm doing now. I wasn't sure how many I would do, whether it'd be like a top, I mean it wouldn't be a top 5, that's too narrow for me. Top 5, it's too few. I don't know whether it would have been a top 10 or something, I couldn't think of a number. So I just tried to list a lot of songs that I liked and put them in some kind of vague order, and I ended up with 15. So we've got top 15 songs according to ASJ. Obviously, being according to ASJ, they're all going to be hard rock and metal songs, so what did you expect? So yeah, this video is just going to be me listing my top 15 favourite songs from 15 to number 1. Even though they are in a certain order and there is a sort of order to them, it's not necessarily... I mean, some of the ones lower down the list, I don't necessarily like them specifically in that order, but I just found it kind of difficult to put it into a particular order anyway. But yeah, the ones that are higher up near the top, like the sort of top 4 or 5, I think they're definitely in the correct order of which I enjoy them the most. Did any of that make sense? I'm going to assume that it did, and off we go! Alright, starting with number 15, we've got Reincarnate by Motionless in White. Motionless in White isn't really a band that I actually listen to properly, I've only heard a couple of the songs. Reincarnate's really the only one I've actually listened to properly as like a usual song, if that makes sense. It's the only one that I got on my phone that I've actually listened to like more than once or twice out of all their stuff. So yeah, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Motionless in White's stuff. All I really know is that he's kind of a B-Tech Marilyn Manson, but a bit less eccentric, should we say. As far as I can make out, that's about all I know about him, really. Oh, but yeah, Reincarnate's really good. It's the typical kind of screamy sort of metal-y kind of verses and whatnot, should we say. But yeah, the chorus is kind of something a bit different. If you've not heard it, just look it up. It's just really good, I really like it. Mainly for the choruses, I think, especially that last one. It's just like, this is really good. It's quite on the heavy side in the verses especially, but yeah, quite like it. Moving on. Number 15, we have King of Mercy by Nine Shrines. Now, Nine Shrines is a fairly new band. They've only been around for about 5 years or so. They only released their first full studio album about 3 or so months ago. So yeah, they're pretty new. I only found out about them fairly recently. I think just end of last year I must have found out about them. And since their first album released back in April, they're pretty much my second favourite band now. I know, they're that good. So yeah, King of Mercy is one of the songs off of their EP or LP, whatever it's called. It's not like a full album, it's like 5 songs. It's like a self-made thing, just to say, here's what we can do, please give us a record deal or something like that. I think that's what those... I think it's an EP, I think that's what they are. I don't know, I'm not very familiar with music terms. But yeah, King of Mercy is number 14 for me. It's probably my favourite out of the 5 songs off of their Misery EP. It's kind of one of those like power song kind of things. It's just really good. It's got a lot of oomph. I like a lot of oomph in the rock songs. Oomph is the best. Someone should just make a song called Oomph and have it just have the most oomph that any oomphing song has ever oomphing had. Yeah, I like the song King of Mercy by Nine Shrines. Next one. Number 13, we've got Lights Out by Breaking Benjamin. If you somehow didn't watch any of my videos from 2018, then you might have missed me continuously giving tongue baths to Breaking Benjamin, as they're my favourite band of all time. Yeah, I won't go on a huge tangent about why I think they're the best thing to ever grace the music industry in this particular video, but yeah, Lights Out from their 4th album. I really like it, I think it's quite underrated actually. Yeah, it's from their 4th album, Dear Agony, which is probably one of their heaviest ones. It's probably like their 2nd heaviest album actually, which is probably why I really like it. But yeah, Lights Out's really good, I like it, it's another quite heavy-ish one. The verses in particular are... No, sorry, the choruses. I keep getting verses and choruses and stuff. So the choruses in particular are really good. I don't know, I just really like it. I think most of these are going to be a case of me saying, I just really like this song and I can't explain why. Anyway, Lights Out by Breaking Benjamin. Really like it. I think it's another one that's got a lot of oomph to it, actually. Okay, number 12, we've got Evil Angel, again by Breaking Benjamin. This is from their 3rd album. This one isn't as heavy as the last 3 have been on this list, but it's quite a, it's got heavy bits in it, but for the most part it's just, I don't know, it's just quite a nice song to listen to, I suppose. It's one of those more, I have no idea how to describe it, honestly. It's less heavy and more on the beautiful side, although... Anyway, yeah, Evil Angel by Breaking Benjamin. Okay, number 11, we've got Sick Like Me by 9 Shrines, another 9 Shrines. Just to let you know, there's a lot of 9 Shrines in Breaking Benjamin songs on this list. There's a few from other people, as I've already mentioned with Motionless in White's Reincarnate, but yeah, the majority is just those 2 bands. It says Sick Like Me by 9 Shrines. It's quite a catchy one, actually. It's probably one of the catchiest on this list of mine. It's quite a short one. It's one of the songs from their newest album that came out back in April. It's the first of a few of those songs that I've got in this video, actually. But yeah, Sick Like Me. It's kind of a short one. I think it's just under 3 minutes. It's either this one or another one of their songs on this list. It's just under 3 minutes. It's either just under or just slightly over 3 minutes. So it's quite a short song. But yeah, I quite like it. It's heavy, again, it's kind of a heavy one. It's quite a catchy sort of chorus, and not in the annoying way that pop and rap is. I mean like actual genuinely catchy in a good way, because there's actually genuinely a good part of a song. Can't think much more to say about it. Nah, I can't. That's going to be the case with most of the spots on this list. Yeah, anyway, Sick Like Me is Sick Like Me by 9 Shrines is my 11th favourite song. Number 10 is another 9 Shrines song, and it's Pretty Little Psycho. This is the one that I couldn't figure out if it was Sick Like Me or Pretty Little Psycho that was below or just over 3 minutes. But yeah, they're both pretty short songs actually. Pretty Little Psycho is, it's less catchy than Sick Like Me, but it's still really good. Yeah, okay, I'm trying to remember which one's which. Yeah, this is the one where it's more of a... See, the thing about a lot of these is, I think this is the case with Evil Angel as well, from number 12. So the choruses are quite epic sounding. Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm gonna say epic sounding because they just go full out with it, especially in Pretty Little Psycho. That's such a weird title as well, Pretty Little Psycho. I'm just imagining Norman Bates in a fucking wig and a petticoat. Oh wait, that's literally what he did in the film. Come on, Jake. But yeah, Pretty Little Psycho. Really good. Less catchy than Sick Like Me, but it's got a more epic sounding chorus to it, which is probably the main reason I like it. Okay, number 9 we're going to skip to now. So number 9 we've got Never Again by Breaking Benjamin. Not the Breaking Benjamin songs, there's going to be a few more of them on this list, I'll tell you now. Yeah, this is off their 5th album. I think it's really underrated, actually. Yeah, it isn't a hugely heavy one. A lot of their songs from their 5th album aren't exactly heavy as such, this one included, obviously. But yeah, Never Again is, I want to say bittersweet, but I'm not entirely sure of the definition of that word, so yeah, I might be wrong, but I'm going to say it's kind of like one of those bittersweet sort of songs. It isn't really heavy as such, it's kind of happy in a way. It's kind of a mix of like a happy sort of vibe, but you can have it meaning kind of darkish things. Yeah, I mean the music video is basically just a big analogy for like drug addiction and then death sort of thing. But if you just listen to the song on its own, I mean personally I get quite happy vibes from it, it's probably why I quite like it. But yeah, I think it's a really underrated one actually, it's one of the more underrated songs on this list. Number 8, we've got Dimond Eyes by Shinedown. This is basically like one of the most epic songs I've ever heard. I first heard this one in a Resident Evil tribute video, so that might be also why I like it a lot. Actually really fits the video as well, so I'm glad I found it. I think that video probably solidified my love for both the Resident Evil games and this song probably, like in one go. I don't even know that's possible. But yeah, Dimond Eyes by Shinedown. It's just like a really like oomph again, back with the oomph. It's just like a really oomphy power song, just big, sweeping, epic kind of... What was the bloody word I used before? I don't know. Can't remember. It's got like that big, like, giving you a big motivational push kind of things, especially with the verses. The choruses are more sort of sweeping, bittersweet, epic kind of. Yeah. So many things that I say in this video are going to make sense to me and only me, because what I'm saying makes sense in just my head and no one else's. I'm sure of that. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Shinedown is another band that I've really not delved into much at all. I've got maybe 5 of their songs on my phone and that's about it. This is definitely my favourite out of them. It's the only one of their songs on this list as well. Just a really good song to do stuff to, I think. Just, yeah, epic song. Really love it. Number 7, we have another song that, funnily enough, I discovered through Resident Evil. The End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage. It's the song that was in the credits of the second live-action Resident Evil film. So that's how I found that. Yeah, I just love this one as well. It's another big, like, epic sort of one. There's another one where it isn't necessarily a happy song as such. I think it is quite a darkish song, or at least a song with quite dark meanings to it, at least. But I still get like really happy vibes off of it. It's just that big sweeping epic like chorus that we get. It's got this really nice little sound effect as well, just before the last chorus as well. It's like a kind of noise. Here, I'll play it for you. Yeah, that one. I really like that as well. I just like how big, how do I describe this? I just like how big and epic it sounds. I probably used the words big and epic a lot in this video already. Fuck it, I love it. It's my 7th favourite song, so obviously I love it. Go listen to it if you haven't already, it's amazing. Number 6, we've got Failure by Breaking Benjamin. The song really sums up my whole existence, doesn't it? Another Breaking Benjamin one on this list. It's probably one of my favourites. It's either my favourite or my second favourite off of their 5th album, Dark Before Dawn. It's the same album that Never Again is from, so yeah, I think this and Never Again are my favourites of that album. This one's just really good as well. It's the same with Never Again with Failure, where I know it's kind of got a darker meaning to the song, but I just get a lot of happy vibes off of it again. I love that bit at the end as well, and I just like the whole thing actually. I think it's mainly the choruses in this one, again, like a lot of these songs that I like the most. I was actually kind of surprised that I'd put this as my 6th favourite, because I didn't think I liked it that much, but then I sort of thought about it, and then I was like, you know, this is actually a really good song. I think I'm going to put this on number 6. So that's how it ended up on this list. And yeah, generally just a great song. As the first, I think it's the first proper song as well on the album, and considering that it was Breaking Benjamin's first album in like 6 years as well, I think it's definitely a good way to open it up as well. I'll probably talk about this more in my review of the album from like a year ago as well, so if you want to check that out then feel free to. But yeah, anyway, Failure is my number 6 favourite song of all time. Number 5, we've got another Breaking Benjamin one. We have Tourniquet from their latest album from just last year. This is probably the first out of the chronological order of the songs on this album. This is probably the first one that I like really enjoy. I mean, there's that intro song, Lyra, that's just a 30-second little piano piece. Don't care much for those sorts of things on their own. Feed the Wolf is pretty good actually, I quite like it. It's probably more towards the middle of the album in terms of how much I like it personally. Then Red Cold River's probably my least favourite on the album actually. I don't care much for it after having heard the rest of it. I know a lot of people like it, but you know, that's just me. But then Tourniquet comes along and just blows me away. That was a bit of a Breaking Benjamin pun as well, in case you didn't realise. I think this is the one that wasn't actually written by Ben. I think it was written by another member of the band, but yeah, I just really love it. It's like a lot of songs on this list. I like it because it's heavy as fuck. Can't think of anything else to say about it. Yeah, really, I can only just say, I think it's the case for all the songs on this list, most of them anyway, that all I need to do to justify me liking a song is say, it's really heavy, boom, done. But that wouldn't be an interesting video. I mean, this probably isn't an interesting video anyway. I'm trying. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, Tourniquet is my 5th favourite song and it's a Breaking Benjamin song. Number 4, we have Dead by Nine Shrines. This is another one of the songs off of their newest album from back in April. I wasn't sure, there's 2 Nine Shrines songs that are in the top 4 on this list, and I wasn't sure which ones to put where, so this one ended up at number 4, and it's called Dead. This is a really dark, really heavy song, kind of catchy in places as well. I find that's a bit of a theme with Nine Shrines' songs, especially the choruses. So where previously I've had songs on this list where I said they have a darker meaning but I get happy vibes off of them, Dead is one where it's got a darker meaning, but I don't get happy vibes. I mean, I get enjoyment out of listening to it because I'm into that sort of thing. But it is just full on oomphy again. It is just full on oomphy, just pure darkness. It was between Dead and another Nine Shrine song on this list that we haven't covered yet. They're both really dark and heavy sounding songs, both in instruments and lyrics, especially instruments as well. And I couldn't really pick between them, so Dead's at number 4. Number 3 we have Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin. This is the title song off of the album of the same name. This used to be my favourite song of all time actually before Breaking Benjamin's Ember album came out last year, and it became another song that's going to be on this list in a minute. I won't say just yet. Dear Agony is not a heavy rock song. It's one of the... I mean, here's a quick sample.
I have nothing left to give.
Yeah, there you go. That's the sort of thing you're dealing with. It is not heavy like a lot of the other ones on this list. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of heavy in terms of themes and lyrics, but instrumentally wise, it's not. It's actually kind of calming to listen to in a way, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, I just really love it. Like I say, it was my number 1 favourite song until another one came and knocked it off the pedestal after some very careful consideration as well. Didn't get knocked very far though, since it's only in my number 3 spot, so it's still pretty high up there actually. Anyways, yeah, number 2 is Happy Happy by Nine Shrine. Don't let the title fool you. The song is called Happy Happy. It is not a happy song, I'll tell you now. Literally the first... Right, I'm going to play you the first like 5 seconds of the song right now. There you go, that's the first few seconds of the song, and that's part of the reason why I actually love this song. Instrumentally again, it's really oomphy, and it's really dark, and it's, yeah, big and epic as well. There I go again, repeating what I've already said for all these other songs. I just adore the chorus in this song as well. What more can I say? Nine Shrines is Happy Happy is my favourite song from those guys, and it's also my second favourite song of all time, so it must be good. Anyway, I think we'll just skip ahead to number 1, and it's Psycho by Breaking Benjamin, off of their 6th album. Out of all the songs, this is the song that comes just after Tourniquet on the track listing for Ember as well. And yeah, this is the song that managed to replace Dear Agony as my favourite song of all time, so that gives you some idea of just how much I love it. Funnily enough, it's one of the rare instances where it's one of the few songs I've ever heard where it's actually relatable to me. I did sort of touch on the reasons why in my review for the album as a whole last year, so if you want to maybe go dig that up, the depths of my channel, you can feel free to do it. There's a playlist for it somewhere, so you can just find it there. It's part 6. Yeah, Psycho is just the best. I mean, this is the song that plays in my intro, by the way, in case you didn't know. There you go. There's a reason why I picked it for the intro song. This is the best song of all time. No one can change my mind unless you show me something that I actually genuinely enjoy better. Well, I don't think that's going to be happening for some time yet. Not even my newfound love for Nine Shrines' Retribution Therapy album can top this one. It isn't really heavy as such, and it's kind of heavy in a way, but it's very melodic as well, actually, especially when you get to the chorus. If I had to try and sum it up with my incompetent thoughts, I think it would be, it's probably the perfect mix between hard rock elements and just sort of calming, melodical, less heavy stuff. That's why I love it. That, and I find it quite relatable, so there you go. That's about as good a reasoning as I'm going to get for this, so I think we'll end it there. So that was a messy as hell explanation for my top 15 songs of all time. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!